It's interesting. I always think that I always removed like the date stamps on my blog because I was so inconsistent with it that I was like, I didn't want someone to see that the last time I posted was like in 2015. But with social, you don't really have that opportunity, right? Like you can't like hide, be like, here's all my cool pictures that I made this one time when I took 2 weeks off work, right? I'm curious about what you think about, like, as you were talking, I thought about like all the like little mindset shifts I've had to make with social over the years. And it's like, for me, the more that consistency has gone up, the more systems that need to be in place, right? If people are just going to post once a month, I guess it could take you 2 hours to create it if you really wanted to. But like, if you are going to be consistent, the like level of system has to go up. But also, in my experience, my tolerance for mistakes also had to go up, because if I'm going to post 60 times in a month, I'm going to make 47 spelling mistakes. Like, we just have to be okay with it. Again, if there was only one, I probably would have someone proofread it.
Mhm.
Like, what do you think about that?
And I would agree, right? I think our level of perfectionism just needs to come down a bit, right? We have this, I would say, generally speaking, most NDs, when I talk to them, it's the shoulds, right? I should be posting, I should be blogging, I should be doing this. And that's the general thread that comes through. And so we want to just be mindful that it doesn't need to be perfect. You don't need to have like your PhD and your master's. Like, I get that the way we got to where we are as practitioners followed like a very linear path. And lots of times we want that linear path to apply to other aspects of business. And it's like, ooh, I had to learn a really hard lesson that like marketing does not function in like a perfect ascension ladder, even if people want to tell you that, right? It does require a bit of creativity. You can make a mistake, and like it really is okay. Like, no one is dying on a table. If someone doesn't like what you said, is that like sometimes we have to just like build up our a bit of like a blocker of like, hey, this is your point of view. You would say it loud and proud in clinic. How do we say it loud and proud online and be okay if someone doesn't agree with you?
Yeah, I try so hard not to take down posts that have mistakes in them. I took one down yesterday because only because I had spelt the word naturopathic wrong, which I swear my fingers just can't. Like, we missed the O like 9 times out of 10, and I missed catching it on the like, my Grammarly really let me down again. And I took it down, and only because I had just recently received an email from someone responding to an email that was like, you spelt naturopathic wrong twice in this email. And like, I was like pouring my heart and soul into this, like, newsletter or email. And all she could say was like, you spelt this wrong twice. And I was like, oh God, I can't even like survive this Instagram post being put up where the spelling's incorrect. But the vast majority of the time, I leave it.
Yeah. I mean, we make mistakes, and like that's just the way it is. Sometimes posting schedules don't go perfect, and sometimes like carousels flip for whatever reason, because scheduling software is my love language, but it's also the bane of my existence, right? Like we have a dichotomy of emotions towards it, because sometimes it's great and sometimes it fails real hard, like last week. And so I always joke where I had someone that messaged me because I think I spelled something wrong in a blog, or they had an opinion. I was like, you know what made me the most happy is that like you read it. I was like, thank you for reading my opinion. I was like, I truly appreciate that. Like, you took the time to read it and give me feedback. I'm like, I will work harder next time to not make a mistake, but I did not go change it.
I love
Right.
that. We have like an attitude of gratitude around that
Right. I
one.
was like, oh, like trying sometimes to flip things is like the only way you can get through it from like a psychological place.